What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to Auto Auction Rebuilds. Today, I'm excited. I bought my daughter a minivan. I finally did it. I've been telling you guys for months and months and months now that we were going to buy her a minivan. She's got 3 children. She just had a baby. She has literally 3 kids now, 2 toddlers and 1 baby, and she wanted a minivan. I found one at IAA. I watched it for months and months until it finally came up for sale. I bought it. I think I got a pretty good deal on it. And then when it got here, I found out it was broken. Now, how broken is it? I don't know yet because I can't even take it for a drive. Today's gonna be the first day we actually take it for a drive. You can see it's getting dark on me. So we're gonna have to hurry up and get this thing in here. Hopefully, uh-oh. No keys? Oh, that's no good. I'm in a rush trying to get all of this done. I'm making as many videos as possible because we have really severe weather on the way tonight. I need as much of this finished as possible before that weather hits. Hopefully this thing wants to run. It takes a minute for the choke. You gotta give it just a second to catch up. I still have to fix park in this. I may need to just take the center console out, take the seats out, take the carpet out, and put a whole new shifter linkage into this thing. Come on. And I need to take that stupid check engine light out too. Wake up, girl, wake up. There we go. I think we're good. Oh, it'd be nice to have a backup cam in this. My garage is gonna smell like straight gasoline now. There we go. Oh, I love the way this car sounds. Thank you to Holly Smitting Performance Monster Transmissions. I love this monster, man. There we go. We're gonna park this thing right here next to the minivan, the Mercedes, and everything else. There is no park, so I always gotta remember to hit the e-brake. And then this, you gotta really, there we go. I should probably roll the windows up, just out of an abundance of caution, because it literally could start raining any time. Let me get this done, and then let's see if we can get this thing running and get it into the shop. All right, before we go into the shop, I want you guys to take a look up here. I think I got some baby birdies because there's an abundance of bird poop literally everywhere. So if you see any birds up there, let me know. This is usually a sign that there are babies up there somewhere. All right, guys, let's swap these keys out for the minivan keys. And hopefully before this video is over, we can take this thing for a ride and find out if it's actually any good. All right, let's start with this and this. Sounds like a weak battery. Projection headlights, HID headlights, very nice. Very nice. Can we open some doors? Oh, yeah. How about this door? Yeah! Wow! All right. Would you have a look at this? She's making a little bit of noise, guys. You can hear the engines kind of squealing. This honestly, this is a nice van. Stow and go seating, leather interior. This is a limited trim. You've got accent lighting all up top. And that's not all, guys. Oh yeah, and that's not all, guys. There's another one, 2 DVD players. How about the remote control? Right here, needs batteries. I've got batteries on the way for it. They don't work, but DVD player up there at the bottom. You want to talk about nice. Let me tell you something. My daughter said that she wanted a minivan. I listened, and a lot of you guys got really mad at me. A lot of you are like, you're never gonna buy anything. I don't know if this opens itself. Does it not? How does... There it goes. Or does it not open itself? It's got to open itself. And then you've got the reclining seats, stow and go seating, normal seating position, and down, and then stow and go. No kidding. Right, both, left. I don't know what all this does. I don't want to waste. Now it's coming back up. I don't want to waste the battery. But see, it does close itself. A lot of you guys are like, you're never going to buy anything. You're just talking. You're never actually going to get around to it. Well, guys, I did it. I bought it. I did exactly what I said I was going to do. The thing is, I knew what I wanted, and I knew what she wanted, and I was waiting for the right one to come along. Sometimes it pays to be patient and not rush things. Look at that dash. 153,000 miles on the odometer. You got Sirius XM, you got navigation, you got touchscreen, you got triple zone climate control, front, and then you got rear. DVD player, cup holders, more cup holders, storage in the middle right here. I mean, 2 glove boxes. Come on, guys. What do you want? Everything in this car says AAA. Everything. Now, I need to put the key in it or we're not going to be able to go anywhere. And then we're going to get into what is broken on this, and then hopefully we can drive it, because I haven't been able to. There we go. Fire it up. AC, by the way. Ice cold. Ooh, a backup camera. I mean, it's kind of crappy, but at least you can see maybe if a kid's back there. Oh, that's helpful. We'll just drive through the yard. I don't feel like taking it out onto the road. Going through all of these nasty... This yard is very bumpy. It's actually pretty quiet. Suspension sounds good. Windshield does have a crack in it. Right there. Kind of dead in the center. More like on the passenger side. I'll probably take care of that. I hear a rattling noise. Not sure what that's about. Hopefully that goes away here soon. Let's shut it off. Let's roll this window down. There we go, key in ignition, that's not a problem. Somewhere is the hood release. There we go. Let's close this door because, well, it's humid out, exceptionally humid. It is just, it's warm, it's humid, and the wind is going crazy. I'm trying to cool it down in here. And we can see this van a little bit better in the daylight. Now, I have come out and checked this thing out, and I even did a little bit of work on it. And I'm going to tell you guys all about that here in just a second. The wing windows work like they're supposed to. I can't remember, but don't these windows go up and down? Like these, we'll have to try those. I don't remember. But here it is in all of her glory. A 2010, I think. I don't remember for sure. Chrysler Town & Country. This is not salvage. It's got a little scrape right here. Little bitty scrape right there. There's a little nick in the bumper. I mean, it's little stuff, guys. It's nothing to be complaining about, especially for a free car. Now, here's the deal. This I'm giving to my daughter for free, but also I got it for free on a technicality, and I'll get into that in just a minute. This car belonged to somebody older. It has AAA stickers, and the battery that was in it also said AAA. So, looks like it's got rain-sensing windshield wipers, too. No kidding. You see right there? That rearview mirror? That's some kind of a sensor under it. So apparently it has automatic windshield wipers as well. This is a pretty nice van, guys. Now, I'll be up front with you and tell you I paid $3,500 for this van. All right? Now, with that said, I paid $35 for it. I had it delivered. I paid the fees and all that good stuff. So it probably came out to more around $4,500 after all is said and done. I can't remember for sure. Let me look it up. I don't want to lead you guys down the wrong road. Now, I know you guys can't see this, but I was wrong. Boy, I paid $35.08 out the door. My winning bid was $26.25, buyer fee of $550, tow fee of $122, service fee of $95, internet fee of $99, environmental fee of $15, transactions tax of $2, total $35.08 out the door. That is a crazy good deal. In this van, this isn't the 3.8 liter, guys. This is the 4.0. It's a good motor right there, man. And you may notice it's got a brand new battery. That was something that had to be done. I couldn't get this thing to even start. It didn't even want to take a jump start anymore off of that old battery. So I went and I put an EverStart Plus in it. It's like $119 for that battery. The problem with this van is it has a bad alternator. We knew that from the auction. It would not charge to save its life. So we already knew that it had a bad battery. I took care of that off camera. We knew that the alternator was going out because it makes horrible, horrible noises. So in this video, we're going to try to fix it. We're going to try to take it out on the road. We're going to hope that this thing has a good transmission. It's got a decent Carfax report. It's never been in an accident, and it was a charity donation. That's right, a charity. Somebody donated this van, and I'm hoping they donated it because it needed an alternator. Whoever owned this was in Edmond, Oklahoma, and they took it to AAA service centers all the time. They had everything done at AAA, including the battery. They kept having the electrical system diagnosed through AAA. It's on the Carfax repeatedly. Charging system checked, charging system checked, battery replaced, charging system checked. It's got a brand new belt. That alternator is not new. I haven't tested it, but I guarantee you, that doesn't help, but I guarantee you this alternator is bad. And so was the battery. So here's what I got. You may have noticed it's missing a center cap. We're going to fix that right now. I want this to look as good as possible for my daughter when I surprise her with it. She doesn't watch my videos, typically. She doesn't follow me on Instagram. She has no idea that this is coming, and I'm not going to make a video of it. I'm sorry. I know you guys want to see it. It's emotional. This is a private family moment. I don't mind sharing this with you guys, the experience of getting it ready for her. Wait a minute. That doesn't fit. What? It's for this van, man. What's the deal? Is it directional? Does it only, oh yeah, it goes on like this. There we go. Bingo! Look at that. Damn, the center cap looks better than the rest of the wheel. It's got brand new Iron Man tires. I mean, seriously, the tread is like new on this. This thing is phenomenal, but I'm not going to share the experience of giving it to her with you guys because this is going to be a big deal for her. It's huge for her and those kids to be able to have a family car. They can all get in and go do things together. They have a car, but her husband works. She's got 3 kids. She takes care of them. She does not have a way when her husband is at work of taking the kids out. They just don't have money like that, guys. So when I saw this, I was thrilled to death with it. Now, I'm sure you're wondering how I got it for free. Well, let me explain that to you. Now, I know a lot of people think that I'm not very good with flipping cars. I lose money on just about anything, but when I really put my mind to it and I try, I can make some decent money on vehicles. Now, of course, the market fluctuates constantly. There's no way of predicting what's going to bring money and what's going to lose money. But if you've done this long enough, and let me tell you something, this is something you guys probably don't know. Before I became a wholesale dealer, guys, I can't even tell you how many cars I flipped. I mean, I could. It's hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds over many, many years in many different states. This is what I did for bread and butter. This is what I did for a living the majority of my adult life. I did some other stuff in between. I did Uber driving and Lyft driving, and I delivered pizza and things of that nature. But my bread and butter was always flipping cars. I was damn good at it too. It's a little bit different now with a wholesale license and selling through Copart, but the principle is still the same. When I saw that Ford Explorer, I had a hunch that one was going to do well. I had a feeling the videos were going to do well, and they did. I added it up, and the videos as of today, and they're still generating revenue, the videos on the Ford Explorer have already made $3,000. Guys, I had $1,200 into the Ford Explorer, total, start to finish. That was all in. I had $1,200 into that Ford Explorer. I paid like $550. I paid $200 for a fuel pump and a fuel filter, and that was it. I cleaned it up a little bit, but I mean, I did that here with my own products. I literally had $1,200 into that, and the video revenue already made $3,000 as of today. But then I sold it for $4,000. You can do the math on that, guys. I cleaned house on that Ford Explorer, and I did that with the hopes and intentions of actually being able to make enough money selling it so that I would have the money in the bank to buy this. And it was, I swear to you, pure coincidence. This van came up right after the Explorer sold. I kid you not. I had just gotten paid out on the Explorer, And this thing popped up for auction months. This was sitting for months at IAA. Nothing ever happened. And then boom, I kind of took it as a sign, man. I said, nah, this is it. Again, I haven't driven it, so I don't know if we're getting a good deal. It could have a bad transmission for all I know. It's going to be dark when we take it for a ride, but I wanted to wait to make this video until I had all the parts. And guys, this just came in today. This just got here, and as soon as it did, I flew down here, man. This looks like a simple alternator to replace. You got 2 bolts, one on the bottom there, and one on the bottom there. That's it, 1 and 1. You got a plug, you got a terminal, and you take the belt, and it sits right on top of the engine. This is, well, I don't want to say it's going to be easy, but I think this is going to be easy. All right, so why don't we start with the basics, which is a 10 millimeter. We're going to want to disconnect the negative terminal before we start getting into this too much. You know, removing an alternator with a giant power wire attached to it and everything is definitely something you want to make sure you don't have power connected to the vehicle for. And there you go. Make sure you tuck it out of the way so it's not going to come back and touch the negative terminal, so you don't, you know, catch something on fire or blow something up. Next, I'm assuming you just push. Is there a tab? Ah, it's a tab. You got to pull up on the red piece, and it looks like you... Huh. That's okay. Easy enough. I shouldn't get too carried away. I'm looking at this and I'm thinking, this is... I'm not going to say it. Every time I say it, I jinx myself. Unfortunately, I can't help but have already thought it. And we need to save this. We don't want to lose this. So I'm going to stick this one on top here and just kind of leave it there for now. You can remove this positive cable. Oh, this shielding, this, I forget what you call this stuff. I need some of this for the Monte Carlo's wiring. Whatever. This insulation type of stuff is crumbling. Very old, falling apart. The tensioner. Where is the tensioner? Let's grab a big old light. Oh, she's way down there. Good Lord. I knew I was going to jinx this. So you're looking at the idler right here. The tensioner is way down towards the bottom. Oh boy, oh boy. I'm assuming it's a 15. I have this long. Let me make sure I've got it rotating in the right direction. I should. This is going to be fun. Hopefully it fits. Ooh, that's a tight fit. There we go. It's on it. Now the only question is oh, wow. Just so you can get let me pull this camera down a bit, but just so you can get a clear idea of where this tensioner is, it is way at the bottom, right next to the crank. I mean, it is down there next to the AC pulley and the crank, and it is tight. Good Lord, I don't think I'm gonna have enough leverage. Oh, wow. Oh. Oh, this is gonna be fun. I'm gonna have to put the camera down for this one, guys. This is gonna take 2 hands. I gotta try to use this hand to get it off, and then the other hand to get it out, and then hopefully I don't smash my hand. So I'm gonna put some gloves on for this too. I got you guys in as good of a spot as I'm gonna be able to get you. So I got my gloves on. By the way, it's a 15. It looks like the bolts for the alternator also 15, 13 on this this power wire right here. 10's on the battery, of course. Let's try to break something, right? Oh, good Lord, man. Why? Oh, why is there so much? I mean, this is beyond normal. Almost got it. Come on. There we go. Ooh, and it wants to snap back. There we go. Oh my goodness. Let me tell you something, guys. That's a chore. It's doable, but that was a chore. All right, it's still on there. Everything is good. With any luck, just 2 15s. Hopefully it comes right off. All right, so far so good. I hope This is all there is to it, man. I really do. I mean, I'll do whatever I can to fix it. My big concern right now, we know it runs, right? It's got good tires. My biggest concern is it's a donation. Why would somebody donate it over an alternator? Even a shop couldn't charge that much to change this alternator, right? I mean, it's right here on top. There's only a few bolts. It's not like some labor-intensive job, unless I'm missing something, and we're about to find out here in just a second if I am. But unless I'm missing something, I can't for the life of me imagine why this would be an expensive job. And I surely can't imagine why someone would take a perfectly good van and donate it over an alternator. That is honestly what is scaring me to death right now, is maybe it wasn't just an alternator. Maybe the alternator went out and, in fact, oh, hold on. I mean, there's no play. It doesn't. I don't hear any noise when I'm turning it. So let me get this last bolt out of here. And well, kind of tight quarters here. If you took the air filter box out, it'd probably give you a whole lot more room to work with, but I don't think that's necessary. I think we can get it. It's just going to take a little while doing it this way. Not gonna lie, sometimes I forget that I have power tools, and I don't have to sit here and, you know, take things apart this way. I can just whoa. Anyway, you guys get what I'm saying? I think you can still see the alternator there. I think that just got it most of the way out. I don't want to lose these bolts because I have no spares. Yeah, that's most of the way out. Come on. We are so close. There we go. There we go. And I think after that, you move this out of the way. This should just kind of rotate out, give it a little wiggle. Booyah! Done. I still don't hear anything wrong with this alternator. But what do I know? I'm just a shade tree mechanic, and that's giving myself too much credit. Let's put this one back on, give it a little, these are fun. You got to kind of, you know, wiggle them into place. It takes a certain finesse, especially, come on. I think this, I just can't stop knocking you guys over. All right, we've got this side going in. Before I get too excited though, I want to make sure, well, number one, we don't have anything in the way, and we can get the other side in here, because this one's going to be a little trickier. Very, very limited room to work. Like, seriously, there it is. Dang it. You guys just won't stop falling. Let me move these wires out of the way. Maybe this will give me a little more room so I can stop knocking into you. Once I get these started, I'm going to hit it with the power tools. All right, let's hammer on it. Do it to it. Let's do this one. That one's going much better than this one. This one's a little tight. It's all right. Keep going. There we go. Hey, you guys didn't fall this time. Good deal. All right, let's just make sure it's tight. All right, and this bolt over here. Oh, that's tight, yeah. All right, perfect. We get our 13. We can start putting these back on again. And again, don't lose this nut because we don't have another one. Sits just like that. Make sure it's not cross-threading. And bingo. Of course, we'll plug our little connector back in, push it down. I already checked for corrosion. There's no corrosion on it at all. This little cap goes on top. All we got left is to put the belt back on. And that is going to be a challenge. And we're done. it was that easy. Honestly, super simple alternator, which really, I'm still very concerned, guys. Yes, I did go with a used one. I know what you're thinking. Cheap ass. Yes, you're right. I am cheap. And I looked around online. Alternators, reputable brands, were like $200. This is a factory OEM. And it'll probably be good for years to come. 75 bucks. Okay? 75 bucks, no core charge, no exchange. Whoa, that scared the living bejesus out of me. Let's tighten this down. Simple enough. And all we got left to do now is make sure it runs, guys. I don't know about you, but I'm kind of that's a Mercedes key. This is not a Mercedes. No. Uh-oh. Oh no. I sure hope. Maybe I left it inside. Maybe it's in the ignition. I'm hoping it's in the ignition. Brand new battery, good alternator, fire in the hole. No more squealing. No more weird noises coming from the alternator anymore. How about that? Can you imagine? Can you imagine? Air conditioning? Rear air conditioning. I love that you can control so much from here. Look at this. Remember when I told you it's all AAA? Even oil changes and stuff, guys, done at AAA. Like, no joke. This thing was loved by somebody. Oh, these windows do go down. Oh, man, forget this. I'm keeping this for myself. I love minivans. I do. You got all your controls over here for opening the doors. You've even got, this still has plastic on it. It's never been used. The plastic is still on the rear view mirror for you to look back at your kiddos. She's gonna love this, guys. She is. She's probably gonna cry. She's probably gonna cry. This, I have a few things I want to do to it. Number one, we got to take it out for a drive and make sure that it's not actually broken, like transmission-wise. If everything is good, and I suspect that it is, I'm going to throw my guess out right now. I think everything's fine. I think they donated it because it needed an alternator. You guys drop your comment below what you think before we take it out for a spin. But I'm thinking it's the right thing to do, guys. I don't know all of the service on it. I've got a Carfax. It's had quite a bit of service, oil changes, things like that. But things like coolant, air filter, transmission service, brake flush. Does this have power steering? It does. Power steering. These are things that I could do myself, but it would be a lot quicker, and I could get it all done at once if I send it over to Firestone. All right, take it to Firestone, tell them do everything. I can have Walmart do the cleaning on the headlights, make the headlights look new, have Walmart do the oil change, have Walmart do the air filter, oil filter. Then I can take it to Firestone and I can say, I want you guys to do a transmission service. That means I want a pan gasket, I want a filter, and I want the brake flush done, power steering, and coolant. I know it's probably gonna cost $500 or $600. I would do an alignment too, but it's already had an alignment. When they put the brand new tires on it just a few thousand miles ago, they did an alignment as well. So it's got a fresh alignment already. I think the right thing to do is, even though it's going to take a little more time, is drop this off at Firestone, have them go through the fluids, make sure everything is clean. The belt is new, by the way. That's why I didn't replace it. It's already got a new belt on it. Do the fluids, and I think this thing should be good to go for many years to come. I want this to be reliable. I want her to be proud of it. That's why I waited for the right one. Let's put a voltmeter on that battery. Let's make sure she's charging, because before it was putting out less than 12 volts. All right, let's see what it's doing. Headlights are on, air conditioning is on, over 14 volts at idle. Perfect. That's perfect. I'm happy. 14 plus volts with the headlights on, with the air conditioning on. She's good to go, man. What that tells me is that this thing is ready to go out on its maiden voyage. Actually, we're going to do it from this way so I don't hurt myself. Here we go. Come on. I love this Milwaukee light, by the way. This thing is an absolute godsend. One of my favorite tools. I'm going to throw the engine cover back on, and then we're going to take this old girl out for a ride. We're sure going to cross our fingers, and we are going to hope and pray that, well, it does what it's supposed to. There we go. Engine covers on. That was super easy. So far, I love this thing. I'm honest, I kind of want it. I bought it for her. I'm not gonna, yeah, but I really do want it. This thing is awesome. Stow and go seating. If you guys never had stow and go seating, oh my goodness, man, you're missing out. That stow and go is really something. Oh, it's got sunshades like a Mercedes. Say what? I'm not gonna do it right now, but underneath these floor mats, there's these little deals here. These seats fold, flip up, and then they go under the floor. Same thing with the back ones. They fold and go under the floor so that there is no seats. Turns it into a giant cargo area. And when this door closes, I'm gonna show you guys. Would you look at this? The sunshades. Like a Mercedes. I foresee kids breaking those pretty quickly. That's what I see. All right, guys, you know what it's time for? Let's take it out on its maiden voyage 10-mile run. Let's see if it's going to drive. All right, ladies and gentlemen, maiden voyage. I'm going to go ahead and roll this window down. We'll leave the windows down a little bit. I cleaned the writing off of the windshield. Not that it matters because I plan on getting the windshield replaced. Oh, you know what else this has? This has, what is that called? Not lane departure. When a car is coming and it warns you. Hell, I can't remember what that's called now. It's got it, though. It lets you know if there's a car next to you, which is nice for something this old. All right. That ambient lighting back there. I just love that. That is so luxurious. I've never had one this new, so forgive me. This is new to me. That knocking noise that I heard, it wasn't a knock. It's kind of a tapping noise. I'm pretty sure that was the alternator from earlier. All right, we're not going the long way. Let's take it through town. Oh, she's peppy. It shifts. It shifts. It shifts. It does. It shifts. Oh, and it drives so nice. Wow. All right, I got to pull over. I'm going to put these windows up because it's going to get so windy here. Nice tinted windows, too. There we go. I got no tags on this thing either. Wait, there is that noise. Do you hear that? Let me try that again. I'm going to be quiet. Let's see if it does it when we pull out. I thought maybe that was the alternator that was making that noise. You know what? It sounds like a squeaky bushing. Under acceleration. It's gone now, but if I stop, that's a bushing. Oh, it shifts good. Yeah, it shifts great. This thing shifts like a dream, man. I was really worried about that. Super concerned. I don't know how to do cruise control. Oh, that's windshield wipers. That's good that they work. I'd love to know how to do cruise control, but I don't have a clue. Anyway, let's just continue on. Oh, what is that? What was that? I have no clue. Sounded like something was dragging or... Alright, I don't know, man. All I can tell you is that it's going down the road perfectly fine. I really wish I knew where cruise control was. Average miles a gallon, 100 miles to empty. System okay, personal settings, great. I have no clue. I'm trying to find... Let's get it up to speed. Get it up to 60. It has no problem going 60 miles an hour and over, and it's perfectly smooth. You can hear from my voice, it's not shaking or anything. Like, this thing just cruises. I'd like to know what that weird noise that I heard a couple of times was. Not a clue, and I'd really love to know how to use the cruise control, I guess. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter. That's the stuff we can figure out later. Right now, the goal is, let's take it on its 10-mile run, the shakedown, as I like to call it, see how it does. And as long as everything seems good and reliable, I'll definitely get under it, try to see if something is hanging or something is loose under there that could be rattling. But I think this thing is ready to go to Los Primos Auto Glass in Oklahoma City. I want to get the windshield replaced so there's no cracks in it. And it needs a good wash, clean the tires up. It smells good already. Get the fluids changed and filters and everything. Get the headlights cleaned up. And after that, I think I'm ready to give it to my daughter. And I think she's absolutely going to love it. I found the cruise control. It's kind of like a Mercedes, which makes sense, Daimler Chrysler. The cruise control is under the steering wheel where you would never normally look for it, completely hidden. But anyway, we're doing almost 70 miles an hour, and take a look at those beautiful indigo something gauges. They look phenomenal. It reminds me of watches when I was a kid. I think Timex maybe started it with their indigo glow. I can't remember, but that color is so beautiful. It has the old school analog clock like a Mercedes. I'm telling you, there's a lot of cues in this that are luxurious from Mercedes-Benz / Daimler Chrysler. So far I haven't had any strange noises coming back. Nothing at all. I'm going to reset the miles per gallon, and we're going to continue on our way, and we're going to see how it does. So we've made it to our first spot. This is the 5-mile mark. This is where we learn a lot about these vehicles, guys. If it can make it 10 miles, what is that noise? It's only under partial throttle. It's coming from the passenger side, and it's only under very, very light throttle. There it is again. That is bizarre. It's definitely coming from the right side. And it's gone. But it's only like when you're stopped and you give it some throttle. I don't know what to think. I don't know. I'm going to look underneath it. May need to just go ahead and roll this thing up on the lift. Take a quick peek under it. Make sure we don't see something rubbing or hanging down. It doesn't feel like anything crazy, but the sound is definitely sketchy. Well, I'm sure you guys figured it was going to make it back, and it did without incident. I do want to get it on the lift, though. That noise underneath is just, it's bothering me. Something fierce. It doesn't feel like it's anything dangerous. I just don't like it. That's all there is to it. I just don't like it. I'm going to pull it in real quick. Just take a quick peek underneath. See how things are looking. Let me just give it a little. I mean, that's the brakes. Automatic headlamps. Oh, it's got fog lamps too, and they work. Wow, this is nice. I was getting over 22 miles a gallon. There's Roxy. She came to say hi. Got the navigation working. Got the radio working. I'm telling you, man. she's nice. She's nice. Hopefully, when we go to fire it up now, it starts a little bit easier since the battery's charging. Let's try it out. Sounds good. The time is accurate. Well, the time is accurate there. It is 9:19. So give me a second. Let me reset this clock. All right, so I cleared the oil change message that came up on the dash. Turns out you just turn the key on, push the gas pedal 3 times, then shut the key off, then start it, and it went away. And I did that because I'm going to take it in to get an oil change here real soon anyway, and most likely wherever I take it is probably not going to know how to do that. So I went ahead and just proactively took care of that. I also hooked up my scanner since the battery was bad, the alternator wasn't charging, and this thing had been jumped more than, I mean, just, I'll keep it clean, jumped several times. I decided to go ahead and clear all the codes. Tons and tons and tons of codes for under voltage, for over voltage. No check engine light though, surprisingly. There was no check engine light on, but it had a slew of codes for over and under voltage, lots of error messages, so we got all that taken care of. I am happy. The last thing I'm going to take you guys to figure out under here is the that noise. Now, I probably need to get it on a lift. I'm not so concerned with it tonight. Like I said, I didn't feel, and it didn't sound like anything that's dangerous, but I climbed under here, and here's what I saw. We've got a splash shield here that's kind of, and if you notice, it's right on the drive belts, like, well, not on. The drive belts are right under here, the pulleys and everything. I don't think it's hitting any of them, but this, you see how flimsy? So I don't know, this is kind of, damn plastics, man. I hate all of the plastic crap that they put on cars these days, but I guess they have to. Anyway, I'm hopeful that maybe it's that, because I looked around underneath. I looked at the, let me get you guys under here. I'll show you some of the suspension. I know it's dark, but I'm looking at the suspension. You can see, looks like the forklifts got a hold of it right here. And it could also be exhaust. What if the forklifts got a hold of the exhaust and knocked? I do wonder if maybe somehow the exhaust has gotten up on something. That would make sense. But that's really something we need to get it on a lift for. It's so hard to see under here. But I'm looking around and I don't see anything under here that looks damaged. I know you can't really see. Could it be that sway bar? Who knows? There's scrapes all over from the forklifts. The CV axles look good though. I don't think there's anything major wrong with this. I don't know what that is, but I don't think it's anything major. Like I said, we'll get it on a lift and just double check. But for tonight, for now, I'm happy. Looks like we've got coolant in the reservoir. It's full. That's good. We know the oil's good. Probably could use a little bit of windshield washer fluid. I think we're going to call it a video on this one, guys. I think we're going to come back in another video, and I'm going to try to knock it all out in one day, if that's even possible. Probably not. Firestone's probably going to need a whole day to do this, but I'll try to make an appointment with Firestone to just have them do all the fluids. I'll tell them go ahead and do the oil change, the filter, the air filter, cabin air filter if it's got one, trans fluid, brake flush. If they can do power steering, go ahead and do power steering, coolant flush as well. Transmission filter, I want them to do all of it. Everything that can be done, I want them to do it. We'll have Walmart do the headlights. And after that, run it through a car wash. I'll clean the wheels and tires by hand. Then we'll run it through a car wash. And after that, I think it's ready to go home to its new owner. And it's kind of funny because she's texting me right now saying that she can't wait till they save up enough money to buy her a vehicle that's big enough for her and the kids so that she can go out and run around and do things with the kids and have a good time. She's sitting here talking to me right now, and I'm literally underneath her vehicle making sure that it's ready for her and those kids, man. It's really cool. It's hard for me to keep it in. I want to tell her. I want to tell her so badly. It's like one of the hardest secrets I've had to keep. But I want her to be shocked when I roll up and just hand her the keys to this and then say, hey, can you give me a ride home? That's what I plan on doing, guys. Stay tuned. I think we got one more video coming on this van where we knock everything out, and then it goes on to its new owner. If you enjoy this type of content, hit the thumbs up button. Let me know, and definitely drop your comments below. Consider subscribing to the channel if you're not already subscribed. And until next time, stay safe out there, everybody. I look forward to seeing you all again very soon in the next one.